Right, so a random video now. I wanted to do another video about GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and from this one I want to talk about each of the PS2 games and kind of give you my thoughts on them and ultimately decide which one was my favourite. So it's going to be kind of a little battle between GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas. The only reason this popped into my head is because on YouTube about 10 minutes ago I was suddenly found myself scrolling through the Vice City soundtrack songs for some random reason. I was feeling a bit nostalgic and wanted to talk about Grand Theft Auto, and what better way to whip out the camera and do a video. So yeah, to start with GTA 3, admittedly it's my least played GTA game. Obviously Grand Theft Auto hadn't reached the heights that it has when GTA 3 was released. Obviously it was a big kind of milestone in gaming because I believe it was the first open world kind of 3D do what you want style game, sandbox game, and I had only played little bits of it. At that time as well I was quite young and I didn't really kind of get what to do in a game, so I didn't experience the full storyline of it. The only times I did play it I was kind of just driving around running people over and everything like that, what we love about GTA really. And since then I haven't played too much of it, but I know bits about it, and I've played bits. From what I played, I can see that it's a good kind of jump up from old generation kind of PS1 style into the next gen that came after that, and I can see that's where kind of developers and stuff must have thought this is where gaming is going to be. This is a big chapter for gaming, so to speak, and that's where they ultimately moved on to their next two ultimately biggest games that they've made, Rockstar. So I'm going to move straight on to Vice City purely because I haven't played much of GTA 3, and I loved Vice City. I couldn't get enough of it on the PS. Sorry about that, my camera ran out of battery, so I had to charge it up for an hour or so. So yeah, what you've just watched I did a couple of hours ago, which is quite strange to carry on now. But as I was saying, Vice City was a brilliant game on the PS2. It was the first proper kind of adult game that I played. It was the first GTA game that I completed. I loved everything about it. I loved the setting, I loved the soundtrack. Everyone loves the soundtrack, don't they? That iconic moment when you first play that mission and the first song you hear is Billie Jean, you know it's going to be a great game. Tommy Vercetti was a brilliant character. I loved the whole kind of Godfather style feel to it. I don't know why it reminds me of that sort of era, but it just does. It's the whole kind of 80s kind of gangster style. It's really cool, like kind of Miami Vice styles. I really loved the game, and I just loved the whole kind of setting of it, and I have noticed that it's been released on, I think it's 10th anniversary or something like that, on Android and iPhone and everything. I'm a bit disappointed it's not coming to PSN as a HD remake or anything like that, or even better, a HD collection retail release on PS3, so we can get GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas all in one go. But Vice City for me was just incredible, one of my favourite PS2 games and one of my favourite games of all time actually. So yeah, that is just, it's a game that I always want to keep going back to. I'm always watching videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Sadly I don't have it anymore, and I don't have a PS2 actually, so I haven't really got a way to play it unless I download it on my phone, which I don't think is really going to be the same. And moving on to San Andreas, that was just as good, I think. There was a massive hype around San Andreas because of GTA had kind of built its legacy as probably like the biggest gaming franchise at that time. And when this new one came out, there was loads of controversy about kind of how adult orientated it was and everything, and this drew loads of attention to the game. Everyone bought it. It was one of the biggest selling games of all time at the time it was released. It was just amazing. You had the CJ as the main character, who it was just a great main character. The storyline was brilliant. You actually felt emotion with the characters and stuff, because obviously CJ's family had died and all of that, and you actually kind of had an incentive to continue the game, not like in GTA 4 where you're just some random illegal immigrant who you don't have any feelings for. He's just illegally in the country trying to make a life. You don't really care for a character like that. So I think CJ is probably the best character we've seen in a GTA game so far, purely because we got a much bigger insight into his life and his kind of gun, crime, gang life and all that, and kind of you could do what you want to CJ. That's what I liked as well. Whereas in Vice City you didn't really get much customization in the game. That's something that San Andreas did really well, the way you could customize everything about CJ, whether he's muscly, whether he's fat, skinny, what he wears, tattoos, hairstyle, everything. You could just fully customize him how you wanted to, and that's what I like about the GTA games, and that's what I didn't like about GTA 4 when they took all that sort of stuff away. I know you could dress Nico up how you wanted to, but you couldn't give him the hairstyle, the muscles. You couldn't really do too much in the way of customization, whereas in San Andreas you had everything. You also had like the funny cheats and all that. You could get like jetpacks, tanks, stunt planes, and also the setting of San Andreas was brilliant. It was a massive open world with kind of different areas on each island and everything. And that's what I loved. You could literally drive for hours and just find somewhere else you've never explored in the game, which is really good. And that's what I'm looking forward to in GTA 5, because as you probably know by now, it has been announced that it's the biggest GTA game, well, biggest Rockstar game really. They've kind of bigger than all of their biggest games combined. So I'm really excited to get into that. I'm hoping they do much more of a San Andreas style with GTA 5 than they did with GTA 4, and I think that's probably what they're going to do, because I think they've heard the feedback from GTA 4. Although it was a good solid game, it just didn't feel like Grand Theft Auto to me. But back onto my point of the PS2 3 games, I think out of all those, my favourite has to be Vice City, but I do think the best game out of those is San Andreas. The reason why I think San Andreas is the best for the things that I mentioned: it's a much bigger world, much more customization, a deeper storyline, a very big game, very kind of varied fun missions, everything like that. But the reason Vice City is my personal favourite is purely because of the nostalgia, the music, the setting, the cars, the characters, just my kind of life while I was playing that game. It was like, I can't even remember the year it came out, no, obviously 10 years ago, so 2002. So yeah, I was very young, I was all going through my school life, and it was just a big good fun game to play when you're coming home from school, and I just got lots of fun memories just playing around that game. And I probably will get it on my phone just for nostalgia, but like I said, I'm hoping and praying for a HD release on PS3 one day of all three. So yeah, my choice, my favourite Grand Theft Auto to date is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I really want to know what you guys think, because obviously everyone's got their own opinions on Grand Theft Auto, so leave your comments down below and tell me what your favourite Grand Theft Auto of all time is. So yeah, I look forward to reading through those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.